This
experience
call
and
is
share
being
pain,
recorded.
right? That people have to have with you. You know what I'm saying? In order really to be considered tribe. Because like in the last few months, I have not been directly disrespected, but I have been disrespected. Right? And it's rubbed me the wrong way. And this is what I mean when I say like joining the journey and stuff like this. You start seeing as you start working with these coattails, right? You start using 224 self-help process. You start doing the process. You start doing the work. You know what I'm saying? You at least get one of the free copies of the Tribal Quote book, and you start working through it, and you start using the process, not just on the proverbs and the quotes that Brother Hatim has found, but you start using it on other proverbs, and you also start using the same or the similar process when you're looking at the folk tales, and you start getting the messages, and then what starts to happen is that your life starts to align with what you have been putting your mind on. Now, I want y'all to understand, for over 82 weeks, 82 different episodes, we have worked through Tribal Quotes, 82 different times, right? Been working. So your life, if you've been working with me, right, your life is starting to line up with these proverbs and what the ancestors and the Creator is doing. They're showing you the wisdom. See, because a lot of people don't understand the difference between wisdom and knowledge, right? Knowledge is something that you just know. Wisdom is knowledge that you have through experience. Many of us lack the experience, right? We lack the experience now, and because we lack that experience, because we lack that wisdom, we honestly think that somebody that may just think like us or somebody that may just eat like us. I mean, because really, there's a lot of superficial consciousness out there, where it's all about the external. Right? You know, I look the part. You know, I got the locks, or I got the afro, the natural. I wear the garb. I speak the language. But your soul is dank. Your soul stank. You know what I'm saying? You're not real. You know what I'm saying? You appear. You know what I'm saying? You are what our ancestors call a Maya, an illusion. You are the veil of like for example, in the temples they talked about the veil of Isis, the veil of Aset, which was illusion. I'm caught up on your illusion, and I'm sick of getting caught up in the illusion. Why? Because I have wasted at least 10 years of my life being caught up on illusions, trying to help people from my illusion. You know what I'm saying? It ain't their fault. I'm not even, you know what I'm saying? But I just want to share that with you because I don't want some of you that are younger than me to have to experience some of the stuff that I'm experiencing, you know, because actually super wisdom is being able to gain from somebody else's experience. That's why I'm recording, you know, for my kids. You know what I'm saying? I want y'all to hear my pain. Right, I just was joined by Brother D, and I want to thank him for joining. And I don't want him to think I forgot his birthday. You know what I'm saying? I wish you happy birthday on the show last night. I know you were probably kicking it because every time I came to your office, you wasn't near yesterday. So I just want to wish you a belated happy birthday. But before we get into these proverbs and quotes, I'm gonna go through some of the news. You got some announcements you want to make? Oh, I need to do a commercial before you even go. Hold on, I'm gonna put this on silent. Hold on.
All right.
right, those of you that's following us on Facebook, we are at you know the www type thing, facebook.com/GNJ Energy, right? Those that are interested in at least trying out our service. We're asking people to give us a trial. Give us a 3-month trial. I'm guaranteeing we can save you some money, right? Also, those of you in Central Ohio, I want y'all to be aware that we will be able to provide gas as well. Like I said, man, if you're tired of because think about this. Every month we pay bills. Every month we pay bills. And these bills are going to finance the very people that are trying to hold us down. I'm just saying, wouldn't it be nice if you knew that a few of the pennies that you was throwing on a monthly basis away was coming back to help do something to build your community? You can help us. We can help each other, right? We can provide you quality service. We can provide you with a cheaper service, providing you the same electricity, providing your home with the same gas in Central Ohio and all over the country. We got different places. All you got to do is click on the sign up and type in your zip code, and you'll be able to see whether we can do business or not, right? Because I got 63 of y'all on my part, 66 likes on the page, right? So now we need 66 people transferring their energy over to us. Once again, you can hit us on Facebook. You can ask questions. We can discuss. You can inbox us your number, or you can hit us up at 594-9422, or just go online. You can check out Gye-Nyame Journey Energy Gye-Nyame Journey Energy526.com. Now I'm done. All right, Brother D, the Traveler, you are on. Those that want to join the conversation, hit us up at 614-556-4535. Once again, that's 614-556-4535. All right.
Peace.
What's up, guy? What's going on?
How much did you say this is session 82?
This is session 82.
Man, sound like 82 to me.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, for those that don't know, he said it sounds like P82. For those that don't know, God said in the congregation might judge amongst the gods. How long will you judge justice except the purse of the wicked? I say. It's been important to fathers who justice afflicted and needy, deliver the poor and needy, rid them out of the hands of the wicked, for they know not, neither do they understand, for they walk on in darkness while all the foundation of the earth are out of course. I have said, ye are gods, and all your children the Most High, but ye shall die like men and fall like one of the princes. So arise, O God, judge the earth, for thou shalt inherit all nations. All those that are Gye-Nyame, all those that are underground, all those that are Mac, y'all understand what that is. That has been with us since the beginning. So that's Psalms 82. So, hey, session 82, man. We've been pushing, we've been working, and so, all right, let's go and look at some of this news real quick. Chris Christie done suspended his campaign, which means he done fell out. Department of Justice sued Ferguson. The Department of Justice sued Ferguson, which reversed course on agreement. So Ferguson had an agreement with the Department of Justice, and, you know, as usual, somebody there couldn't keep their word, so they started going back on it. So now they're being sued. You know, the Justice Department is getting involved. Let's see. It's something else. Hold on. Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice is coming out real soon, man. It's coming out in March. Those of you that are, oh my God, I can't wait. You know, I've been waiting for that Batman Superman battle for a long time. All right. They got Will Smith admitting that they might. What do you say? Will Smith has his say on Jay Smith wearing skirts and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So Will Smith is speaking out about his son running around wearing skirts and modeling in skirts and stuff. So, you know, you might want to check that out. It's in the news. Let's see. I'm looking for one that I had because Google, where is my technology at? Google did something with the cars today or they got a note because I keep telling my kids, I'm telling them, I'm saying, hey, the world is changing. And the jobs that were here for your fathers and myself, will no longer be. And Google is in the news today. Now I had saved that. Google is in the news today because they are, man, I am hurt. Science Tech, y'all hurt my feelings. Hold on. Give me a second, folks. Nope, it ain't in here no more. Well, anyway, Google is applying, or actually, Google is trying to get the status of the automatic driving car. They're trying to get that changed. You know what I'm saying? So now they're doing all these experiments, and now they are, in a sense, petitioning the government to change its view on autonomous cars. So in a minute, a lot of us is going to be able to get autonomous cars, which means you're going to be able to just ride to work and sleep. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know what that's going to do for those people like myself who's always late. You're going to sleep in the car and brush your teeth and stuff on the way to work because you ain't got to drive now. I don't know. But hey, so now that's the major stuff in the news. Unless you got something, Brother D.
Okay.
You got something?
Oh, no. I was in the middle of putting Kai down for the evening.
You being a father.
He been going strong all day.
Oh yeah, being a father, I like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's good to be a father. It's good to be a father. All right. So now it's on to travel quotes. Sorry about my rant. No, I ain't sorry about the rant at the beginning of the show. Cause look, man, this is crazy to me, right? So parents can get on. Parents and kids get on the cuss, go viral, act crazy, go viral, fight, go viral, check your child, go viral. I could take my son and be like, hey, man, why don't you get up and show the people how to tie a tie? And he get 20 hits. For real? You know what I'm saying? I mean, we got parents that come and check their kids, and it gets 1 million clicks.
Right.
Right? But then you have young people doing something positive, and people won't even look at it. You know what I'm saying? Let them know, just click on it, click off. No, they just won't even look at it. Like we can do something positive with our kids, get 100 hits. But then one of those kids start cussing online or say an inappropriate joke or do something stupid, right? And they people often say what we rest our mind upon, what we focus on the most is what we become. And you know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking that since a lot of people only put their mind on fuckery, they are becoming fuckery. Right? I don't know if can fuckery be a noun? Somebody that's an expert out there, let Brother Hatim know, can fuckery become a noun? Because I think a lot of people is becoming fuckery, huh? Can fuckery be a noun?
They become a person, place, or a thing. Qualifies it.
It's a verb. Fuckery is a verb, but now you just heard it first here on Gye-Nyame Journey, Tribal Quotes. Fuckery has just became a noun. Some of you have become fuckery. You know what I'm saying? And because your mind is only on fuckery. And because your mind is on fuckery, your life is becoming fuckery. I don't care how much money you making. Fuckery is fuckery. Whether it's well dressed, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's well dressed and driving in a nice car or not. Fuckery is fuckery. Let's be clear on that, right? So these proverbs, I hope you're ready for them. These quotes, I hope you're ready for them because it's a possibility one of them might just be for you, right? And I thank y'all for tuning in and allowing me to go off and still coming and checking me out. You know what I'm saying? You could also listen to it on YouTube and download it because some of y'all got YouTube Red. You know what I'm saying? So y'all can just let this thing play, or you can download it from Spreaker and continue to listen to me on Spreaker. But however you listen to me, I appreciate you lending me your ear. All right, so here we go. Day 82. Do not be wise in words. Be wise in deeds. That's a Jewish proverb. Though we may know him by 1,000 names, he is one and the same to us all. Mohandas Gandhi. Now, we're going to get on that, right? Yeah. I mean, because some of y'all that listen to the journey, y'all already know where I'm going on that one. But I just want you to get the message. So we got, oh my God, we just was joined by the teacher. I'd like to welcome to the show. She all professional. I mean, good evening.
Oh, no.
How you doing, darling?
I'm good. How you?
I'm doing good. I was just watching your movie, girl.
Which movie?
Shaka Zulu, because I heard that I heard they used to call you Nandi, baby.
Oh, Lord, here we go. That's right. Hey. You looking at that movie? Oh, Lord, what you about to start down there?
No, well, I got a major meeting coming tomorrow, and I need to be brushing up on my strategies. You know what I'm saying? But rather than listen to some of the books or read the book on discipline, I decided to watch Shaka Zulu because I'm going to crush a motherfucker tomorrow. How about that?
How about that? I sure wish I could be a fly on the wall.
Man, well, I would be very peaceful about it, man. But the whole piece for me is, because we kind of spoke about it yesterday. Because like I was telling the people, it's like when you start studying our the literature, not just the history, because the history of our people is a beautiful thing, and it's good to study. It's good to be in tune with the architecture, and good to be in tune with what our people did and the clothing and stuff like that. But when you start dealing with the thoughts of our ancestors, the philosophies of our ancestors, the ideas and the stories of our ancestors, right? Mm-hmm. What starts to happen is that, I have found that your life starts to line up to demonstrate these proverbs and these folk tales to you, so that you can see them. You'd be like, oh my God, this is deja vu. I walked out of my boss office today saying, this is deja vu. You know what I'm saying? I did this before, but it wasn't the fact that I did it before. I had read it in one of the folk tales. And the folk tale that the ancestors are throwing up in my face today is the one that we did last night.
Amen. That's what happened to me today.
You know,
and I was in complete control because of what we talked about. I was fine. I knew what was going on.
Well, I can't hold it together. I ain't never been able to hold my composure, man.
I paid the price so many times for not holding it together. I got to keep it together.
So I'm still learning. Hey,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it was good because it's like, wow, and I could see it unfolding. And I don't know, Brother D, if you didn't catch the story, he on the line. The story was about a mighty oak that was being chopped down by woodcutters. And the tree didn't mind being chopped down by the axe. But what really pained the tree was the fact that when it was chopping them down, they cut off some of his limbs and used them, and used pieces of himself to help break him down. Mm. And you say, I don't mind the fact that they're using the axe to chop me down, but the most painful thing is for pieces of myself to be used against me. And I'm seeing that in our organizations. I'm seeing it in our politics. I'm seeing it in our economics. I'm seeing that. You know what I'm saying? It's incredible. We do a folk tale, and it starts dancing right before my eyes. And I said, "Oh my God! I can't wait for the show tonight."
It's been dancing. You just the folk tale, talking about the folk tale, just open your eyes to it.
There you go. There you go. It's always been dancing, but the folk tales gives me, it confirms what I've been seeing. Because sometimes, like when we was talking about the young dude, sometimes some of the stuff that you come into, if you're not ready for it, right, it's hard for you to describe it. And when you try to talk to people about it that can't perceive it, you start to sound crazy. And if you don't have the right peer group to go before, you may honestly start to think that you're crazy.
Mhm.
Man, wow.
Ooh.
That's kind of painful because I've been through that shit before. I've been through but so we read the first proverb, and we on day 82 is do not be wise in words, be wise in deeds. And that's a Jewish proverb. But I had you in mind because I already knew that, you probably come on and being a conqueror that you are, you probably is going to claim that one. Because you got a habit of claiming those proverbs. But, all right. And the second one is, though we may know him by 1,000 names, he is one and the same to us all. Mohandas Gandhi. Now we're going to be able to get into that one. And the last one is, the foolish bird's desire for a few grains make it enter the cage and then become trapped.
And then what?
And then become trapped. I'm sorry, oh my God. The foolish bird desire for a few grains make it enter the cage and then become trapped.
Mm-hmm.
Brother Devin, yesterday was your birthday. I'm going to allow you to have the first dib and the first dig into the proverb. But before he does that,
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. 614-556-4535. Wait, Sister Janice, you Aquarius too, right?
Yep.
When was your birthday?
Same day as Angela Davis, January 26th.
Ooh. All right.
I used to tell you that all the time when I was in Columbus. We same day as Angela Davis.
Well, but since we both approaching that senior citizen age,
What senior citizen age?
72.
Okay.
We see, you know what I'm saying? I was just like, hey, because a lot of us didn't make it. But hey, Brother D, I'm gonna leave this one open to you, dog. What you want to do first?
Well, since I see so many of my people unfortunately fall for the trap, they're not willing to sacrifice. We're gonna go with number 3 in the bird.
The foolish birds desire for a few grains, make it enter the cage, and then become trapped.
That's our people for sure.
Ain't it? Oh my God. Just a few grains. Oh. So who wanna go first?
See, going first.
When I heard that, the first thing I thought about is the number of individuals I've come across, even at times in my own life, that have for a couple of dollars or the trying to provide temporary comfort, pass up pursuing their passion and actually getting that that comes with persevering and pushing through they're just staving off that gratification.
Man.
The way God so much given to us and that delayed gratification is something that needs to be worked on. So sometimes they run it.
Powerful indeed. Now, when I heard this, one of the things that popped up because Janice, I don't know if you knew a dude on or how. Well, I won't even say his name because he might want to stay anonymous. But he texted me because he wanted me to do a show. Because he was asking a question, because he's a Somalian brother, and he asked the question. He said, "Brother Hatim, do you feel that there is a civil war going on in the black community?"
Ooh.
And he started sending me articles far as the Civil War, and he was talking about in a different form though, the talented tenth, the idea of the talented tenth versus the idea of a Booker T. Washington, and how these two, in a sense, factions or these two views are battling each other. Well, anyway, I'm bringing that up to come back to this proverb: the foolish bird desires for a few grains, make it enter into the cage and then become trapped. One of the things that he sent me was a few articles by Booker T. Washington. For those who have not read anything outside of what other people have said about Booker T. Washington, I think you might want to go and check out some of his actual writings. Booker T. Washington, with his school, would train individuals in his school to go out into the community. And one of the things that he got the individual to graduate from the school to learn was actual trades, where they went in and they basically built community. And one of the things that his students taught the people that were involved in the communities that they were building was, we are going to teach you how to sacrifice long enough so that you can own your property. This means that if you had to eat potatoes and bread every day rather than stay in debt, we're going to show you how to do that. We're going to show you how to get out of debt. And it's like, for us, you know what I'm saying, they have sprinkled this bread and we have followed it right into the case, because it's sort of like many of us are working to maintain things that we can't even afford. You know what I'm saying? And in maintaining what we can't afford, we can't really say what we need to say. We can't really do what we need to do. We are existing in a cage right now. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't belong to ourselves. We have given in to the crumbs that led us into this cage. You know what I'm saying? And sing for our meals on a regular basis. Man, damn, that's kind of depressing. But you know, but I just thought I would share that, man, because that's gonna be one of the shows that I'm gonna do soon.
Yeah, I can dig it, because what I had 4th grade through 8th grade watching in the library these past couple weeks is the Vernon John story. I figured
The
I'd
who?
introduce the Vernon John story.
Uh-huh.
So for those who don't know, Vernon Johns was the pastor at Dexter Avenue Baptist Church before Dr. King. And so a lot of what he preached and talked about is like it was a forthcoming of what ultimately ended up happening with Dr. King and whatnot. But Dr. Johns was challenging the congregation of that particular church, because they were, I guess for all intents and purposes, like middle class black families that they were comfortable, but yet they didn't have a mind for business. And he was trying to show them that here you go to these grocery stores, so you have these black dollars going into white pockets, but they don't even care about you enough to touch your hand. They'll sit your change on the counter, or they won't even take the money out of your hand. So why continue to have that treatment? But a lot of the pushback that he would get from the congregations, and particularly the deacon board that had first brought him on, was don't rock the boat. I mean, we're comfortable with that.
I think comfort may be one of the, if not the biggest enemy, may be the biggest enemy to black people and to any people that's truly talking liberation. Us being comfortable. The more I reflect on it, because I see a bunch of comfortable kids when I go to school. They're comfortable where they're at. You know what I'm saying? And one of the things that we had when we left bondage or left the actual physical bondage was being uncomfortable and the striving to push to live beyond what the world had set for us. But right now I look around me and people are comfortable. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, damn. Can being comfortable actually make you dumber? You know what I'm saying? Can it make you slower? Can it make you fatter? Can it make you unhealthy? You know what I'm saying? Is there such thing as being too comfortable? I'm just throwing that out there, man. Because
let your guard down.
Yeah, exactly. Let your guard down and got trapped in that damn cage.
Right. When you out battling and fighting, for so long, you do need some time to decompress and to relax it per se. And so, but if you get to the point where you get so comfortable and crisis arises and you haven't been sharpening your sword, you have been working on your skills, staying on the ready just in case something happens, then you set yourself up for annihilation.
Lord have mercy. Wow. So, once again, for those that's listening, you want to join us, hit us up at 614-556-4535. Once again, 614-556-4535. I'm joined today by the traveler, Brother D, and the beautiful Miss Janice, the master teacher out of Chicago.
I am not out of Chicago.
Out of Detroit. I'm sorry. Out of Detroit.
Yeah, the land of suffering children. Up the
road. Land of suffering children. And what's impressive about that is that she has the skill. This is love for a city. She has the skill which she could have left years ago.
I did. I just came back.
Oh, you did? Where did you go?
Did. What you mean? When you met me, I wasn't at home.
Yeah, but you was further in the education. That was different.
I left home at 18. I wasn't back home until I was almost 35 years old. And I've been back home since. And I came back because when I was up the road in Ypsilanti teaching at Eastern Michigan, I couldn't understand. I knew something was going on at home because of what students from Detroit Public Schools were bringing to that campus into my classroom. I knew something was awry. And while I still had what I felt at the time was some youthful rhythm, because, when you 35, you think you're getting old. and at that time, I thought I was getting old. And I said, before I get old, I want to deal with some kids. And so I left Eastern. and went to Detroit Public Schools. And in relation to the topic we're talking about, okay, so I'm getting ready to lose my train of thought because I'm picking up something instead of just standing still. Hang on. So comfortability in terms of what we've been talking about. What I've learned, what these kids have taught me, what teaching in the midst of all this suffering has taught me is comfortability is truly a matter of perspective. The more you want, the less comfortable you are with nothing. But when you're a young person and you're growing up in a city where the vast majority of the adults do not get up and go to work every day, where a lot of people are struggling to eat meal to meal, where really they're really living a struggle-filled existence, a kid that's coming from that wanting more isn't enough for what we, the larger tree, need. And so we really got to put some mechanism, because what you all talked about is critical and it's real. But I'm working with kids who are the last vestiges of the tiny middle class left in Detroit. And when I look at the word comfortable in the dictionary, all their little faces are sitting right next to it. Kids who are in a position, because of who they're born to really do a lot more than what a lot of them imagine for themselves. And so it's a difficult job for me to also be surrounded by adults who I don't think really take seriously the power they have as adults working with children to shape their thinking. I just think everybody needs to understand how serious the game is, and we need to understand that we are not that same community that was unified in trauma and violence coming right out of slavery. We're like generations later of people who have come to understand, like, that abnormal stuff is super normal now. The whole world is upside down, literally.
It's like existing in a cage and thinking that you're wild.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because we get our food delivered to us, but I'm still a lion. You know what I'm saying? I feel wild. I won. You know what I'm saying? I roared. I can do actually, the perfect one for this one, I think, would be that movie. Oh my God, what's the name of that movie? It's a cartoon movie. It got a lion. It got Chris Rock playing the zebra. It got Jada Pinkett doing a voice of the hippo and a giraffe.
Rio or
no?
Madagascar.
Oh, Madagascar, yeah.
The animals are in cages and wanting to be free, but when they get free, they figure out that they don't want to be free and try to get back to the cage. You know what I'm saying? A lot of our kids well, it ain't just our kids. A lot of us are like that. You know what I'm saying? We think we want to be, but, you know, all the work that comes with being free, man, it's easier just being comfortable where you are. Don't rock the boat. You know, I think we just heard that. Don't rock the boat. You know what I'm saying? Don't say that. See, because this is the issue. And one of the things I'm noticing is that our cage, in many cases, is political. And for me, one of the bars on the cage is political correct. Because it's hard to maintain any type of living and tell people the truth. Nobody wants to hear the truth. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to hear it. You know what I'm saying? You try, you know, boom. I'm surrounded by kids, and the reading is not where it's supposed to be. But if you say it the wrong way, if you try to tell people and they take it the wrong way, you know what I'm saying? They'll get you fired.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, if you say something like, hey, you know, actually your sixth grader is actually a fourth grader, and it would be better that if we was to either do something extra or possibly not let them move forward, because moving forward will put them further behind within a year and a half? You know what I'm saying? You can't have these real conversations with people. You know what I'm saying? We can't be honest, and that's one of the things I miss about my grandmother, because as mean as she could be, she was honest and she was going to give you the real. I used to take every last one of my girlfriends to meet my grandmother and my grandfather. I knew she was a keeper if my grandmother didn't say something about her and my grandfather flirted. Pure honesty.
Paul. My man.
You know what I'm saying? If people flirted, all right, boom, you passed test one. If my grandmother didn't say something about her and the small actions in the time that she met my grandmother, you know what I'm saying? We kick it for about 2 or 3 years. Because my grandmother, because Mima was honest. You know what I'm saying? She was honest, and she would be honest in front of the person or in you. She hurt your feelings, but we need that. We don't have that no more. Sometime in order for me to realize that I'm in a cage, I got to get my feelings hurt. But you know, you can't hurt people's feelings now. That's not right. You know what I'm saying? That's not the spiritual thing to do, Brother Hot Tim. You're spiritual. You're a spiritual person. You're not supposed. No, I'm like, you know, I'm that fire. I'm that fire. Better yet, I'm a Pisces. I'm that water that will drown your ass. You see what I'm saying? That's what I, you know. And I'm trying to. As I get older, I'm trying to bring that out, and it's rubbing some people the wrong way, and that's cool. I'm getting to a point where I'm getting too old to care, and you know, hell, I can survive outside in the wintertime because sometimes struggling. I prefer struggling in honesty to prospering in a lie. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, because like you, I mean, because it's like you, Sister Janice, you kind of had it made teaching in the college, because in a sense, that's what you was working for when I met you. You know what I'm saying? And you looked at it, and ultimately you may have came to the conclusion, maybe not in the same way, but this ain't nothing but a nice cage. I need to go back and save some people that's gonna matter.
Well, no, what I said was very singular. It was that second part. My doing what I didn't have anything to do with where I was. I really didn't. In fact, wisdom would have been burdensome at the time. One of the reasons I did it the way I did it is I was young. If you're older, you're safer. I was young. And because a 50-year-old would not have left a university to go into a public school district. Nobody 50 would have done that. You know what I mean? But at 35, you do all kind of things. And when you're 35, it really makes sense to you.
Wait a minute. I'm about to tweet that. She said wisdom. Did you say wisdom at that time would have been a burden?
Yes. Because I wouldn't have left. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you said.
If I was a 50-year-old college professor, would I have left to go teach high school English and social studies? Hell no. Something would have been wrong with me if I did. Because you think about all kind of things like, now, I'm supposed to be retiring in about a dime. Right. I didn't pay this house. No, I didn't have a house when I was 35. I was living in apartments. You know, everything was different.
Right.
And I just don't think as much as I think, again, what I learn about kids. When you work with kids as you get older, you really do learn, like, why kids are generally stupid. They're supposed to be, but you got to
They're supposed to be, right. They're supposed to be, and we supposed to provide the wisdom. So that'll take us to the first one. Do not be wise in words, but be wise in deeds.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Do not be wise in words. Be wise in deeds, because a lot of these kids, they don't hear our words. I mean, you know what I'm saying? We can speak to you blue in our face. You know what I'm saying? They pick up our deeds. You see what I'm saying? They pick up our deeds. And the question we got to ask is, are we wise in the deeds that we do? You know what I'm saying? And some of these parents need to be asking that. You know what I'm saying? Are my actions wise as my words? Actually, we got parents who don't have wise words or deeds.
Right, exactly.
Oh my God! And I still reflect. I always reflect on a comment that you put on Facebook one time. You said, "How am I expected to?" It was along the lines of, "Why? How am I expected to educate somebody who hasn't been raised?"
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, really, when you look at the educational institutions, I was just talking to teachers today. I told them, I said, "Look, I wouldn't do what you do for all the money in the world." I mean, because it's like you become everything for that 8-hour period to this individual who may have not received the love that they needed for the first 3 to 5 years of their life.
I mean, and it's even more complicated than that when you break it down to what it really is. You don't have that kid for 8 hours when you're a teacher. You have that kid for 1 hour, and 6 other people, for instance, have them for an hour. And so what you do in 1 hour with someone else's child 5 days a week impacts the world tomorrow. So people have to really be serious about that.
Are you doing high school or middle school?
I do high school now, but I'm the only person I know that has done K-12 and undergraduate and graduate school. I don't know too many people like me.
Man, it's a glutton for punishment. I am. Lord, have mercy.
Come on.
Hey.
For everybody.
So do not be wise in words, be wise in deeds.
That's right.
That's that Jewish proverb. So we're gonna leave that one. And now we're gonna go to this last one because I got some, I ain't gonna say issues, but I guess I do got issues.
Not
so
you.
we may know, huh?
Not you.
Yeah, me. Though we may know him by 1,000 names, he is one and the same to us all. Mohandas Gandhi.
Mm-hmm.
Now, first off, a real interesting project for some of y'all out there is really to look at some of Mohandas Gandhi's writings. And you may be thrown off by some of his views, especially about our folk. Really? I mean, what, you laughing because you obviously
No, you telling the truth. It's not a laugh like ha ha.
I know. I mean, I'm saying you laughing because you done ran across some of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Him and some of his stuff in South Africa, and him and some of his beliefs about the quote unquote untouchables in India. You know, they ain't cover that shit in the movie. You know what I'm saying? But that's cool. You know what I'm saying? They ain't cover that shit in the movie. But hey,
I want you to get his ideas, not his actions, please.
Do that. Be wise in words. Be wise in deeds.
Yeah, I mean, because that's the paradox of life, really, when you think about it. Because I mean, not somebody that comes to mind that's character is jacked up, but is talented, is all get out, is all cat.
Yeah. Very talented. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, because you're right. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's important to be able to look at the whole person too.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I mean, I don't support R. Kelly. I'm not one of those. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one of those. I got little girls. You know what I'm saying? And I can only imagine a grown nigga peeing on one of my daughters, and I find out about it. I can only imagine, right? Because I would, I'll do my last radio show, right? You know what I'm saying? And I would be giving people an address where they could send money to put on my goddamn book because I'm not planning. Matter of fact, I might not even be planning to even turn myself in. You know what I'm saying? I might not be planning to leave. You see what I'm saying? Because look, see, and this gets to the Gandhi piece for me because, like, yeah, Gandhi had a bomb philosophy. You know what I'm saying? You know, we need to look even at the later years when he started messing. Some word about him messing with his niece, type things like that. You know what I'm saying? And the attitude towards women, right? Because in this, if you really listen, though we may know him by 1,000 names, he is one and the same to us all. You know what I'm saying? And that, a lot of people probably won't feel me on this, but for somebody to be so spiritually and advanced to cloak the higher power in that masculine, just in that masculine piece, it's kind of problematic. You know what I'm saying? I understand because that's where he was. But for us that's growing, I like to quote, but I put it in here so that I could try to get people to start thinking about woman's relationship to this higher power. Though we may know him by 1,000 names, some of those names that him is known by are feminine names. He is one and the same to us all. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to stress the part that looking at God as masculine all the time may cause some of the psychosis. If psychosis is a word, I know psychosis is one, but I don't know what's the plural. Psychosis? Is it psychosis? Psychoses, right? That we are seeing in our communities today.
Without a doubt. So
you know what I'm saying?
I mean,
go ahead.
Because I'm thinking about a conversation that I had with Sean McMillan back at Strawberry Point, talking about some of the problems with in church with men being able to deal with God being the Father. If my father has never been there, and my earthly father is an example of what this spiritual being is supposed to be, I'm not messing with that because he hasn't been there. I call him, he doesn't return my calls. So it becomes problematic for somebody to address a male being when it's my mother that's always been there. It's my grandmother that's always been there. That's been the individual that stepped up, that sacrificed for me. So not until you have situations where you have, individuals like myself that had his father there, and my father and two grandfathers there from day one, to be able to kind of reconcile
that. Right.
A philosophy.
Right. But you a rarity. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's like you an anomaly in our community. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because really, when you think about it, there are a lot of you, but there's more of me. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? There's more of the fatherless son stories in the community. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you work in a school where 98% of the kids up in that mug have this story. You know what I'm saying? And we always refer to this higher power in a masculine sense. You know what I'm saying? It's like almost it takes away the whole nurturance piece. Men, we can nurture, but there's no nurturer like a woman. We don't nurture like, you know what I'm saying? My grandfather couldn't nurture me like my grandmother. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he tried, just like with my kids now. You know what I'm saying? They'll all up on me till their mom walk in the house. Their mom walk in the house, and I'm just a nigga sitting on the couch.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? Whoa. Wait, we doing so well. Well, you certain things.
Yeah, Daddy, but Mama home. I'll let you later.
Exactly. That's right. Holla. You know what I'm saying? I see you when she leaves again.
You
know
be cool. You be cool. We've been bonding. We cool. I'll see you next time.
We cool. Right. You know what I'm saying? But that whole piece kind of was problematic for me. But I do understand the piece about the 1,000 names and that one source. You know what I'm saying? And in a sense, that one source don't have to be masculine or feminine. You know what I'm saying? It's the source of everything. So it's I ain't gonna say above and beyond, but it's I guess it is above and beyond all things, including our limited view of gender. Not that I'm into to each his own, but you know what I'm saying, that creative force that's beyond, as they call it in African openness, the tree of life, the source. I mean, that's one of the pieces they call the source. You know what I'm saying? Or the all in all. You know what I'm saying? When you say terms like that, that makes it, to me, a little bit more powerful, because now that being could take any form. Like one day I had one of my sons, man. I've probably told this story before, but one of my sons, he got out of jail, and when he came home, youth prisons, he was a blood. And, he had been around me maybe about 5 years or whatever. And, and I was kind of shook up, because when he got out, it was basically forget everything that I had talked with him about, that I had shared with him. And it was all blood like, you know what I'm saying? He wouldn't say the color blue, and the question that I asked him, because I brought it back around to the spirit, I said, hey, so you're blood. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I said, all right, cool. I could dig that, but I got a question for you. I said, what would you do if the Creator decided to talk with you? Or what would you do if the Creator decided to communicate with you in blue? And and he went silent.
What did you expect something else?
I did, actually, because he
like if it's a multiple choice test, what are my options after that one?
He was quiet, did some crazy shit, went back to jail, right? And I got a letter from jail where he, where he after wrestling with the question for about 2 years, finally, responded. You know what I'm saying? I won't go into his response. It was a very good response, by the way. But he had to think, and really, I think a lot of times that's what we're missing, that mystery, because at one point in time, our elders was able to throw questions at us that we couldn't answer, that we had to shut up. You know what I'm saying? That in Zen they call them a koan, unsolvable riddle. They don't have to be complicated. You know what I'm saying? But it was just enough that it shut you down to where you had to really go inside and answer that. And it's those moments and those type of questions and those type of situations where we really run into that power, that one source. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of good wisdom comes from those moments. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to go off on a tangent. But ladies and gentlemen, it is 10:09, and because y'all was on this show, I'm going to have to upload this immediately. So this will be uploaded immediately to Spreaker. So when you see it pop up, it's going to be Tribal Quotes Day 82 with and I got to figure out how to change the title. But Brother D, no, seriously, because this one is already being recorded, but I want to make sure that people can distinguish between the one that's being recorded right now with my voice and the one that is going to be full of the wisdom and full of y'all's conversation. See, because it's y'all that it is your wisdom that you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm here to facilitate. That's, you know what I'm saying? I like talking, you know what I'm saying? But I love when I'm able to have the conversation with people who dedicate their lives to this work, to doing for others. You know what I'm saying? Because I need that. I need that reminder that I'm not doing this shit by myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the only one thinking like this.
That's right.
You know. So, but Brother D, did you have something you wanted to say?
Yeah, all right. Keeping on. Don't give up on us yet.
Yeah, hey. Girl, go ahead, I'm listening.
I say Janice, he's ready to write off all the black folks.
I was about to end it, man. I walked through his office today. I walked through the library today and said, man, I'm about done with my people, man. I can't do it no more. I can't do it no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, you know, but hey, that's part of it. That's love. You know what I'm saying? You know. So, all right, so I want to thank y'all. It is 10:11. I'm going to turn right around right now and upload this piece so that y'all, you know, you can let people know that y'all on. With that, I'm saying peace.
Good talking to y'all. Talk to you later.
All right, love both of y'all. Take it easy.
You too.